Being part of the Kaleido team is pretty intense. We start preparing a year in advance. It's a lot of collaboration across continents, to be exact. Creating this melting pot of disciplines, bringing this friction together. That's where creativity evolves amongst these hundreds of participants who are here.
Gatherings like Kaleido are crucial in our society because to solve the complex problems we are facing, we need people, individuals that are happy, fulfilled, strong, complete. And what we try to achieve here is really creating the space for individuals to look into themselves, to research, to explore, and then to come out of the event ready to go and approach these problems.
What is sustainability? I mean, can anybody give me a sort of definition or idea about it?
My name is Graziano Cedia, and originally I'm from Italy, from Apulian. I lead a pretty large research project which looks at deforestation in the north of Argentina and the impact on indigenous people and small-scale campesino farmers. I think this event is not only has taught people to be more critical. This event is fantastic because it's not about repeating notions. I did a presentation, I gave a talk, but actually when the fun and the learning, I think, happened was really during the discussion, because for me things are clear in my mind, but it's really by discussing with the other person that this communication of and this learning, mutual learning, takes place.
So sustainability is not just let's protect what we've got, let's keep it as it is, we love the trees. It is seeing yourself as an interdependent part of something so spectacular that you want to show up, you want to be unprecedented within it.
My name is Elaine Franz. I'm the founder of Flow in Action. I'm a consultant and coach in creativity, innovation and entrepreneurship. And I particularly love to get people to have ideas so that they can reimagine futures that protect the planet. It's been a fantastic experience to come together as a community here at Kaleido, and collaboration brings with it conflict. What I found with the Kaleido community is that there's an awareness of that, so there's a real willingness to work through different opinions to find some middle ground, and people are putting aside ego in order to really communicate with each other.
So I wanted to ask you, you talked about this movement for degrowth, right? A lot of the solutions we're hearing about...
I'm Suvarchala, and I currently live between Bangalore in India and Zurich. So one of the themes that has emerged not just from this talk here, but also I think from the larger global perspective and also our lives in general, is that we live, think and take actions in silos. And that is, I think, one of the bigger causes of the problems that we face, is that we don't connect these siloed connections to larger systemic things. And so what happens when you bring in physicists and artists and sociologists and dancers together, you have conversations that you would not have had anywhere else, but also your solutions and your work is then informed by all of these different perspectives. You can't create anything for human beings just by being an engineer or just by being an artist or just by being a lawyer. You have to bring all of these perspectives together, and I think this is what you all are doing here, and it's really, really important.
It is not just the topic that you are exchanging, it is a trust that you are gaining something and you are working with people that give you the honest feedback.
So I learned a lot during the workshops we had, learning about how to connect to myself, but also connect to nature.
To paint on skin, that's really something special. And you enter into a really intimate connection with the other one.
Clowning is a good opportunity to bring people more in their body, to get back to our early days when we weren't so much in our head.
And I think that's where real creativity happens, when people who are very diverse meet each other, talk about what they're working on or what their passions are, and new connections are happening, and you can connect the dots in new ways.
Kaleido is just a great place to come and connect with all sorts of different people, from the science to the arts to movement and dance, and we all live and view the world in different ways, and we can find ways to work better together.
I had people coming to me saying we never looked much into this issue of sustainability, but now we are really interested. And so, my hope is that even if 10% of the people get inspired, then if this thing can spread, it's already a change.
We believe that people will keep asking themselves questions and wonder about life. But we also want to include more people. We want that people get to know about these events, to include more diversity, more disciplines, more interaction, and maybe can also reproduce somewhere else in the world.